some trades. TJ Hawkinson.
Ton of trades.
Yeah. Went over to the Vikings.
Moving,
that's definitely good. Too bad they have Kirk Cousins. So it doesn't really matter.
They're winning games, though. You talk about a team that only has one loss. Now, granted, I'm not saying Minnesota this and that, but they're handling their fucking business.
And TJ's a huge fucking addition.
They're handling their business.
Chase Claypool to the Bears. No more TikTokers left in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So they got rid of the TikTok players. Do you think that's going to make any difference? Not with Pickett back there. He's pretty bad. So.
But you know what though? Give Chicago credit. It's like they truly believe
with
in
that
Justin
running game.
Fields.
That running game and that mobile quarterback.
And the draft, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be drafting like crazy. And you get Claypool right there. It's like he's a big time wide receiver. And I mean, you look at
talent to have for sure. Yeah.
The amount of draft capital the Bears hold in the next few years is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Where if you have a young quarterback and you truly believe in him, that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, they're not that bad. They're having, a little. I was hoping I thought they could upset the freaking Cowboys, but and they had a chance, but then just did you see that play by Justin Fields?
What?
It was a fumble, and then he's running up to and the dude from I think it was Diggs had the ball on the Cowboys defense, and Justin Fields literally jumped over him, missed him by that much. So I guess I don't know what his logic was. He was just trying not to run into.
Oh, Micah Parsons.
Parsons had a ball, was getting up off the ground, and Justin Fields was running right up and literally
rather than touch him to down him, he jumped over him
to avoid him, picked his high kneed over him,
if he would have grazed him with his toe,
it would have been down.
And he just
contact,
completely missed him, and he gets up and
brain farts. He just got up and ran for the top fucking end zone and put the game out of reach. It was
that was a fucking numbnuts play.
That was a Cam Newton.
That was Kyler Murray type
what do you
shit.
think? Well, what was going? And I get it. I've done it. We've all brain farted and been like, why did I do the opposite? The exact opposite thing I'm supposed to do. But overall, not a terrible team. And their running game is,
it's
great.
Probably, I'll bet you that has something to do with these fucking pussy rule changes too. Nobody wants to fucking touch each other when they're down anymore. And you can't, normally a guy would have, probably 10 dudes would have fucking laid onto him, but you don't want to you don't know if he's already been touched and you're going to get a 15-yard flag for a late hit.
If the defender has the football, you put a hand on him. Always. No matter what. You don't have to
I agree.
Even on the ground, and I get he's a quarterback. It's not the first thing in his thought. He's just probably, you're pissed off the fumble. You're not thinking. You're just let me get this tackle. And then, he's on the ground. But you always touch a defender with the football. That's one of, but wide receiver on offense too. Until you hear the whistle, you have to, I'm going to lecture Justin Fields on how to play football. And then who else we have? Calvin Ridley going to the Jaguars, which is ironic. So he got suspended for betting that the Falcons were going to beat the Jaguars, which was such a dumb suspension. That literally made no sense at all. Ravens got Raquan Smith from the Bears.
Yeah, that's a big time trade right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fucking awesome. But yeah, I mean, like we've been saying with the Ravens defense, they need all the help they can get.
So does the offense.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, seriously, the offense does too. But I think especially the defense does.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson can make moves, but he needs some wide receivers to, Ravens covered last week. Not covered. They beat the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are bad. And then lastly, I guess Dolphins get Bradley Chubb. I don't know. That to me huge.
Another big one.
You think that's huge? I don't know if does that have a huge impact on the Dolphins. Dolphins are a good team. They have talent. Last week
Chubb's all. I mean, he's a beast.
Yeah. I mean, they have Waddle and fucking Tyreek. Tua's not terrible as long as he can stay unconcussed, which is hard. But the Lions, once again, I took the Lions. Fucking, they go up. Come on, you guys, just hold. They've lost. They've come back.
What did you learn?
I already knew.
They're 1-16. You gotta stop fucking.
They've literally come. They've gotten blown out. They've come back and lost, and now they've had a lead and lost. They find every possible way to not win a game.
You know
Never bet on the Hard
Knocks
Knocks
team.
To
me? The last 50 years of the Detroit Lions.
This season's bad because they're playing against good teams and they're staying in the fight, and they're literally these guys are working so hard for their fucking salary just to go out there and literally be 1-6, which is
they're
just
working
sad.
so hard for the HBO cameras is what they're working for.
No, they're imploding.
Never,
every game.
ever bet on the Hard Knocks team.
How do you let the fucking Dolphins come back and beat you like that? Jesus Christ! I called their defense good last week, and I was like, holy shit! They are losing, but they're giving up 40 points every game. Their defense is atrocious.
Definitely.
So we talked about the Thursday night game. Bills, 12 and a half points against the Jets. This would honestly be my episode of the week. I like the Jets. I don't think the Jets are that bad. I don't think the Jets are that bad.
I want to touch on the Jets Patriots.
Yeah, how was that game? You went to that game.
Yeah, that's right. You were there.
It was great. It was
Fuck
it was fun. I drank. I had as much fun. We were talking about fans being impactful on the game. I did my part to affect.
Got rowdy.
I did as much as I could.
Were there a lot of Patriots fans there?
There was, yeah.
It seemed like it.
There was. It was a good amount. It wasn't like, to be honest, like I've probably gone to that game like 4 or 5 times now, Patriots Jets, but like this was the most pumped up I've seen a Jets crowd in a while. Like the Jets haven't beat the Patriots since 2015. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, they haven't beat them since 2015. That's a long time.
It's a very long time.
Yeah, that's 2000. I mean, that was a very long time ago, but. It was I look at this game and it was just who played worse, Zach Wilson or Mac Jones, and Zach Wilson played worse than Mac Jones. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what this game came down to.
The interception at the end was
I mean, you saw it was like Zach Wilson tries throwing a ball out of bounds, dude. The Devin McCourty interception, it's like Wilson, he's throwing it's like, well, you throw the ball to the sideline, you gotta get it out.
Get it out.
You can't let
one job.
Like I'm like you just like throw it like at the line.
That's what I say. Throw it. Don't throw it. Throw it away.
Yes, throw it 35 feet in the air and make sure some fucking equipment manager on the sideline catches it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Wilson, I thought there was major cause for concern with that team, especially when
3
you
interceptions.
With
that's tough.
3 terrible interceptions as well. Terrible interceptions. And listen, Mac Jones wasn't great in this game by any means whatsoever.
You're not going to win a game if your quarterback throws 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's no
way.
Even with it's still only 22 points by the Patriots with there's turnover. So, but like back to what you're saying about getting the 3 points.
A pick six, a pretty bad rough in the passer call went against the Jets that way. But I mean, those things it's just I thought Zach Wilson was terrible, concerningly bad for that team. Yeah,
Patriots are they're still battling.
4-4.
It's not better than the fucking Buccaneers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what to say on that situation.
He'll turn it around.
No, there's no. At this point, there's no. They have wide receiver talent. They have the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football, and their defense is still pretty. Not their defense is playing relatively well for an offense that's keeping them on the field and not giving them an opportunity to win. I mean, there is questions on the offensive line. Brady's getting absolutely murdered. There's some injuries there, but the coaching situation, the way they got the structure,
there's a lot.
That's kind of a weird system to kind of work within. Yeah, Tom Brady's got his own personal shit, but it really does not he's had shit his whole life. Like I don't think this is the main reason for what the issue is here. But he can come back and go fucking 7-2 for whatever last games there are.
Yeah, I don't
he can be a wild card.
I don't know what their schedule looks like, but I don't. Never count him out. Is where I'm at with it. I would never count him out. I just,
especially in a mediocre, like you said, the middle of the pack is so mediocre that even as bad as they are, like they're still all they have to beat is like who? The Raiders, like the freaking Chargers.
Now, granted, there is a lot they have to straighten out because, like you said,
sure.
Special teams is they have issues on every part of the ball right now.
Yeah,
but it's like if they just get into the playoffs, it's like. You gotta be like,
they gave the Chiefs a good fight, even when they gave them the game, the first play of the game. You fucking give them the ball in the 30. But they came back in that game, showed the ability to score. It's been kind of questionable. There's other games that, like putting up 3 points, it's like Jacksonville was embarrassing.
I think they lost to Pittsburgh.
They lost to Pittsburgh,
Carolina.
The Carolina game.
The Falcons are leading the division right now. You know what I mean?
Wild.
But yeah, they got the Rams
Marcus fucking Mariota
this weekend, which should be a good game. Once again, like it's an opportunity for
good game if they want to get back on track against a Rams team that I don't think is that good.
The Rams defense showed, they got fucking blown up this week by San Fran. So I mean, I hope maybe Tom Brady they're playing the Seahawks, winnable game. The Browns possibly winner. The Saints, the 49ers. But even in these next 5 games, they could go 0-5.
It was tough.
They could go 1-4.
Tough games.
Yeah. So
Seattle, that's a team I wouldn't want to play right now.
They're hungry. The Browns.
I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, I can't believe I'm saying I wouldn't want to face Geno Smith.
Dude.
Yeah.
All the credit in the world to Geno Smith, man. Talk about a guy who's just in 2 awful fucking franchises. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like when I watch him play, I cannot believe it's Geno. I'm like, is this just another dude with the same name?
Yeah.
I cannot believe it's Geno.
100%.
I cannot believe it's Geno Smith.
100%. I feel the same way. Yeah.
Good for him, dude.
Yeah.
Good for him.
They wrote me off. I didn't write back.
Absolutely, dude.
He said that, and I was like, shut the fuck up. And then, sure enough.
I mean, you got to be excited. You talk about another team with a ton of young talent and stuff like that as the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, not going to be like a threat this year to do anything, I don't think too crazy, but it's like, dude, they're loaded with young players.
Yeah,
very young talent
absolutely.
on that team, and Pete Carroll is a fucking awesome coach. I'm like, if you're a Seahawks fan, you have to be pumped.
Lockett was brought that up at the press conference. He was like, "These the young guys coming in, they said less than 500 words. They just been working head down, ready to go to work."
The cornerback they have,
they
have a cornerback, a rookie cornerback on that team who I'm blanking on his name. Is he looks like he's going to be just a lights out cornerback as a rookie.
Shit.
Like that's massive right there.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's still Pete Carroll as well.
Yeah,
So,
he's a fucking awesome.
Couple years to rebuild.
He's an awesome coach.
But you're playing that. You're playing the Seahawks, and then the next week playing the Browns, who are by all means like not that bad.
You have no idea what you're gonna get out.
Right, and then the Saints, who also Saints are. Everybody thought the Raiders. My buddy's like, the Raiders are a fucking lock. They didn't get past the 50 yard line.
The Raiders are never a lock.
Not a lock, but they're not a lock. He really favored them against the Saints.
That's a wonky ass franchise.
A lot of people had the Raiders too. A lot of money was on the Raiders, and the Saints just absolutely blew up people's parlays.
A lot of people had money on the Raiders to win this division at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so fucking the Buccaneers are fucked. Eagles are gonna win the full fucking whole year. Who else we got? We got